A little bit about why I feel so good. Last week, I burned my mask. I'm not real good at following instructions, especially when they're threats. The Democrats in the banana republic of Mr. Biden are invoking fear to keep us under their control. It's a power grab, folks. It's a power grab. He's taking credit for everything that Donald Trump did with the COVID vaccines and everything related to it. In 100 days, he's taking credit for everything that Donald Trump did in 3 years. Let me tell you something. I'm not comfortable taking the vaccine. In fact, I'm going to refuse to do it. I did burn my mask. There are certain places that don't want you to come in, and those are Democratic-run cities with Democrat mayors. Most of the Republican mayors have lifted the mask mandate, and bless their hearts. Our governor did, but the mayors that belong to the Democratic cult still have invoked the mask. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I walk into a business, they say you have to wear a mask. I tell them to pack sand, turn around, walk out, and go spend my money on the internet or do whatever else I'm going to do without my mask. So I'm looking at the joint Congress address by the Biden folks. That was a joke. Look, these guys supposedly, now I'm going to put, I'm not a real big conspiratorialist, but I'm going to throw some stuff out here to think about. Okay, so here they are in Congress. It'll seat approximately 1,800 people if they're good friends who are getting along that day, this side of the aisles and that side of the aisle. So we had about 200 people in there or less, whatever the number was. They supposedly had their vaccination of COVID-19 vaccine. I'm not too sure what that was because they're still wearing a mask. They're still social distancing. So what do they know that they're not telling us? Joe Biden wants to threaten us, invoke fear. We have Kamala Harris and Nancy Whackbag up there. What's her name? Pelosi. Yeah, that's it. Up there wearing the mask, blinking their eyes, and doing all this kind of thing, and applauding when Biden says something meaningful, or at least completes an entire sentence without a bungle. So they want us to get vaccinated. That's all we hear. Wear your mask, wear your mask. And, COVID-19 is on the way down. We don't know why. The science is out there. The CDC is not listening to the science. The teachers union all of a sudden have albeit they're still union, and that's graft and corruption and lobbyist money and all that kind of thing. They don't give a damn about getting the kids back into school. They're creating their own science to keep the schools shut down. But my point is, I go back in time to our friend Glenn Beck. He got a lot of trouble talking about Agenda 21. As a matter of fact, so did I. Agenda 21 works like this. Bill Clinton signed a United Nations proclamation in 1964, if my memory serves correct. And it does a lot of things. It talks about condensed housing. California keeps us off the landscape. California, the eastern states, they're governing by restriction. And a lot of other things. You can go read it. It's not that long. But the disturbing thing about Agenda 21 that I didn't understand at the time, it goes and it talks about depopulating the earth up to 85%. And I'm thinking to myself at the time, how in the hell are they going to do that? Bingo! All of a sudden, we have COVID-19. We've also had a miracle happen here in the United States of America. The flu, the H1N1 and all of its related sisters, has evaporated. Nobody's had the flu. It's all COVID-19. And I'm looking at Joe Biden, and he's pushing vaccines. He's The power grab is to keep their thumb on the mass populace. The only way they can do that is mandate the vaccines, mandate the mask, and control our lives by fear. I'm not buying into it, just not. So take a look at what Glenn Beck had to say about Agenda 21. Got him in a lot of trouble, probably going to get me in a lot more trouble as well. But there's some parallels to be drawn here, I think. So let your conscience be your guide. You know, you're like me. You go outside and you see a guy in his car by himself wearing a mask. What's up with that? You see these guys walking down the street outside, riding a bicycle, walking, wearing a mask. It comes to mind that these people are scared. The mask is like a pacifier. It makes them feel secure. So I'm going to say, if you're such a dumbass that you can't figure this thing out and you have to wear your mask in your own car, you wear your mask in your own house, drink the Kool-Aid. Jim Jones had some Kool-Aid that was really effective. Think about that. I'm Don McDowell, huntingfishing.com.